my king. You have always fought for progress in our country. Thanks to you, the kingdom returned to its former strength. The citizens lived again in freedom, prosperity, and peace. No generation before ever had a better life than we did. But envy and resentment lived on in some minds. Resistance arose among your alchemists, who found less and less use for their bombs and poisonous mixtures because of the peace. It was precisely those who, in one of your weak hours, took your life. So you were buried next to your ancestors. And the common people mourned their beloved king, who now involuntarily had to make way for a new ruler. I am afraid of what may come, but I know what I have to do. The time of my revenge has come now. My name is Sophia, and this is my story. One of my earliest memories is of the evening of my 7th birthday. I had been given a book as a gift. When we finished setting up the game board, Mother told me to use my stash of gold to build an arrow tower. I placed it in a spot where I could hit. She showed me that by tapping on a tower, I could learn more about it. I touched the tower and immediately saw how I could use it in the future to harness its full strength. My tower began to fire at the approaching enemies. When defeated, every single one of them left a bounty for me. After a while, I had collected enough gold to build one of the mighty cannon tower. I could hardly wait for another wave of enemies to march by. The cannon tower showed its strength immediately. I had no problems eliminating the new enemies. I collected an enormous amount of gold and could use it to strengthen my cannon tower. I immediately tapped it to upgrade it. I soon noticed that upgrading towers would allow me to deal with a group of stronger opponents. Some enemies dropped skulls on the battleground. Mother encouraged me to collect them quickly. Suddenly, in the middle of our game, I heard clamoring and screaming from the street. In a loud voice, Mother ordered me to get away from the windows. Panicking, she stuffed some clothes, some food, and my gifts into a bag. She took me by the hand, and we fled out the back door. Screams. The scent of charred flesh permeated the town. Mother showed me that each tower has a preferred way of attacking enemies. Some towers prefer groups of enemies, while others prefer close targets or those with the most health points. She placed 2 towers on the board and told me that each new tower was already configured to take out our opponents most effectively. The arrow tower, in particular, seemed to focus on targets that had run the farthest. I immediately tapped on the arrow tower. Upon closer inspection, I selected the Weak Targets focus, which focuses on enemies with low health, and waited anxiously to see how the turret would behave. I could see that the turret Mother showed me that the cannon turret also had special settings. I tapped on it to see its details. Since this turret dealt area damage, I was already specialized to focus on large groups of enemies. When a new group of enemies entered the maze, I tried the settings on both of my turrets to familiarize myself with them. When I had defeated all the enemies, my mother told me about a secret trick that would allow me to attack enemies even faster. I was supposed to choose a tower and then tap an enemy with my right hand to attack them as soon as they came within the range of the tower. I learned that I could attack important enemies very quickly this way. Mother gave me some game gold to help me defeat the next waves. We gathered our provisions in my game. Mother showed me that there was a way to strengthen. She asked me to choose one of the square key talents and invest the skulls to learn it. With my newfound strength, I immediately set out to play another game. The warming fire and the playful distraction made us forget the Just as I had won my game, I heard rustling. I received a round of applause for winning the game, and for the first time The fungus looked at me with shining eyes. Go, Elder. You know not power. The elder taught me that there were other towers in addition to the arrow and cannon towers. I could now use the life and death towers. My enemies also had the armor classes life and death, in addition to their normal armor. By tapping on an enemy, I could examine its armor class. By taking a closer look at the armor, I could see how I could best defeat these enemies. From now on, towers would deal different amounts of damage to the different armor classes. Since these were enemies with life armor, I quickly built a death tower, so I could deal as much damage as possible to the enemies. To find out which enemies would appear next, I turned my gaze to the coming waves. Here I could see how many enemies with which armor class would appear next and prepare for them. Since a wave of death armor would appear next, I immediately built a life magic tower. I also defeated the coming waves, consisting of all the armor classes I had encountered so far, in no time at all.